Well, a new romantic comedy, Somebody I Used to Know, is debuting on Amazon Prime.
Film critic Chuck Koplinski sat down recently with Allison, Brie, who stars in and co-wrote the film, as well as her husband, David Franco, who directed and also co-wrote the movie. So check it out.
Dave Franco, Allison, Brie, here to talk about Somebody I Used to Know. I really loved the movie you made before, The Rental.
Okay. How do you feel about the movie now?
You mean The Rental or this one?
This current movie.
This one. Well, what I wanted to talk about was how different they are.
Yes.
I know you both direct, and The Rental was your first direct. I mean, this is a big shift of gears. What were you concerned about, or how did you approach this differently?
Honestly, I didn't approach it much differently. I think the biggest takeaway from the first one was just really taking time to put together the cast and crew in the right way. Where I really, I wanted like 3 glowing recommendations about each person before I brought them onto the movie, and so it took a while to bring the team together. But at the end of the day, like, just surrounded by a lot of really talented people who were just nice and hardworking, and it just made my job easy.
So you're like Hitchcock. You always just hired the right people and just left them alone.
Somewhat.
I wouldn't say left them alone.
But, like, again, I'm just surrounded by these people who I'm genuine fans of, and so more than anything, I'm like being a cheerleader and just encouraging them to do what they're great at.
It really makes a big difference because the atmosphere on set that Dave creates is so genuinely like warm and supportive and loving and vibrant and excited, and he lets all these people shine. It's very collaborative.
So, romantic comedies, we've seen a few of them before, but this has a certain freshness to it. How did you go about that, or was it just a pleasant accident? I mean, you had to be concerned about that going in.
Sure, I think it was a little bit of both, where like a lot of it was organic in terms of the story, sort of finding what the story was going to be. We sort of started with the genre. We love romantic comedies. We really wanted to make something uplifting. We wrote it during lockdown, and I think all we wanted to watch were like those classic rom-coms that we love, get that good warm feeling, those rom-coms from the 80s and 90s. And so then, I think then we started to explore like the love triangle, the element of going back home. We sort of really came up with the idea when we were in Dave's hometown of Palo Alto on a walk from his high school to his mom's house, and kind of, exploring that idea of going home and how it makes you kind of assess your life and where you are now, and the way that seeing old people can drum up old feelings and things like that. So it we sort of just followed the story to its natural conclusion.
But it's the type of thing too where like we genuinely love romantic comedies, and we almost used our what we know and love about them to try to subvert the genre, where we lead the audience down a certain path, and they maybe think like, I know where this is going, and then we pull the rug out, and we keep doing that over and over, and hopefully people will be surprised.
Well, I like that in addition to the streaking scene. Thank
you.
And the other thing I like is that you're working on a couple different levels here. I mean, the title, Somebody I Used to Know, you initially think it's about your old boyfriend Sean, but then as you go in, you realize, no, it's about you and that person that you used to be.
Yes.
Sure.
So we're going to go in the Wayback Machine, gang. What do you tell the 28-year-old Allison Brie, and what do you tell the 20-year-old David Franco?
Oh, gosh.
Just about like how to move forward in
advice,
life.
or just what do you tell them?
I think I'm sure mine is going to go back to the streaking, and that a lot of it is going to have to do with confidence, embracing who you are, and not trying to be who other people want you to be, or who you think other people want you to be. Not that, I just think as a young actress, you're always kind of like, are they going to like me? Am I doing the right thing? And like, I've always been at my best when I was just trusting my instincts and staying true to myself.
I think I have a very similar answer. But I think, there's points when you're kind of first starting out as an actor where you're like, okay, I should do this job because maybe it's a stepping stone to get to this, and this feels like the right job to do, as opposed to like now I'm just like, all right, I want to have a good time. I want to work with people I like, and I want to just take risks and try to make original, something original.
That's so different than my response would be just to, don't eat so many cookies. But
Sure.
Mine was going to be like, eat more cookies and be naked all the time.
Dave Franco, Allison Brie, thanks so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Did she say naked all the time?
Something about cookies and that. I like the cookies part. I don't know about the other one. All right. Okay, Somebody I Used to Know premieres on Amazon Prime Friday, February 10th.
Don't forget, you can check out Real Talk with Chuck and Pam's podcast online.